Good evening. It's so snowy and cold outside, so I hope everybody made it home in time and safe and sound. So today we are going to have Irish breakfast tea, which my aunt found this cute little teapot. Isn't that so cute? And it has the Claddagh sign, which is our little Irish American fact for today, which it has two hands clasping together, holding a heart, which usually is surmounted by a crown, and the heart is supposed to represent love, the hands represent friendship, and the crown represents loyalty. So this is a Irish American tradition that they show their romantic availability or lack thereof. So if the ring is on the right hand with the heart facing outward and away, it means that they are, that they're not in any serious relationship. So when they wear it facing them, it means that they are in a relationship. Hey, Monique. So today I wanted to talk to you about distractions and some of the distractions that you can come up against. So have you ever been driving and you feel like you see somebody just swerving and then you drive up beside them? I want you to picture yourself as that person swerving. So sometimes you're thinking they're putting on makeup, they're putting on their phone, they're just not paying attention. Well, in life, we allow those distractions to be the housewives of Atlanta. We allow them to be Instagram or Facebook or just what everybody else is doing and going through. But I think a lot of times we really need to focus on staying in our own lane. And I had the opportunity to talk to some girls at Kent State the other day, and one of their questions was, how do you handle adversity? And I think the biggest thing for me is that adversity in life is going to come. And so it's not that you can really prepare for adversity, but what you can do is make yourself ready for life to happen. So I just know that things are not always going to go my way. You can't necessarily prepare for a Hurricane Katrina, but you can get insurance. You can't prepare for Hurricane Katrina, but you can have a plan that's an emergency plan should something arise. So I wanted them to know that in life, they're going to have different things that come at them. And it's not that they can't face them or have these different challenges, but that prepare yourself, get a plan together, and sometimes things just really won't catch you that off guard. So one of the other things is that, you can't always have a pity party. And you have to ask yourself, is it really life's adversities or is it adversity that I'm administering myself? Are you keeping yourself from where you need to be, and are you holding yourself back? Because sometimes we are holding ourselves back trying to live other people's lives. And in that, we look at everything that they have on social media and we want to say, oh, I want that life. Oh, I wish I could have that. I wish I could be there. But some things you weren't meant to bear. And so that's when you start saying, oh my gosh, I asked for this, but it became a curse. And it's not a curse. You were never meant to bear that. So I think that one of the best things you can do is find out what your gift and what your purpose is. And when you're able to do that, and that's what I wanted the girls to know as well, focus on your gift, your purpose, and your lane, and become great at what you do. And when you're great at what you do, you'll find that you have the happiness and contentment and you're not looking to have other people's lives. You're not looking to have and be who they are. So one of the things that I try not to do is have people make me compete against other people. There's no competition. I don't have to compete with anybody, because what God has created for me in my lane, He's already created for me. And if I sit here trying to compete with all these other people, all I'm doing is making myself into their lane and into their world. That was never meant for me. All my blessings are in my lane, but if I'm in somebody else's lane, I can't get any of my blessings that He has for me. So really, really work and watch on staying in your own lane and making sure that any of these distractions that come up, you're not letting them steer you off of your game and off of your track. So that was one of the bigger things that I really wanted to talk about today with distractions. And I had one of these, an article that came up, and it said that the average net worth for an African American woman was between the ages of 36 and 49, which is usually women who are in their career ages and times. They're out of school. They really should be set and living life accordingly to the quote-unquote plan. But the average net worth was $100. And I was like, $100? Like, that is insane to me. And I don't know who they polled. I don't know who they tested. But I know that whatever poll and whatever numbers that they did test, that this was the actual outcome. So in seeing that, I wanted to do something for you guys that you would be able to learn and benefit from. So talking about finances, I wanted to put together a 4-part series where we really talked about money and investing and building wealth, and how we can help with our credit, or how we can help with savings. A lot of times people say you need to save, you need to invest, but they don't necessarily say what that actually looks like. Is it saving so much money out of $1? Is it saving however much or whatever out of your budget? But really having a plan and being able to execute that. So that is my goal for April. So I would love any feedback that you guys have as far as wanting to know a little bit more about how to take control of your finances. Does everybody on here feel like they're pretty strong with their finances, that they don't really need any direction, or do you feel like you can always use a little bit more direction? Oh, you guys are quiet tonight. Well, hello everybody who is watching. One of the things that I am going to leave you with for your homework is, again, when you're in your own lane and creating your own destiny, so to say, what are some of the words that people use to describe you? And ask the people around you to give you 2 to 3 words of how they describe you. You're okay? Ask them how they describe you and see what words that they actually use. And if they're not the words that you feel are lining up with who you want to be and what you want to portray, start making and taking actions to change that, so that they will be able to see what it is that you want to portray, and that you're being the person that you want to be and that you want others to see. So our homework is that we are going to find out what words others use to describe us. We're going to find our distractions, and we're going to minimize those so that we can focus on what it is that we want to do. And I want you to get together some of your financial information and questions that you have, so that we can be financially free and spiritually fit. It's a blessing to be able to have control of your finances. God tells us not to owe. So let's not owe. Let's get out of debt. Let's be free. Let's be able to live the quality of life that we want to live, and not be living paycheck to paycheck or really struggling, but that we're making wise decisions with our money and with our finances. So everyone have a wonderful evening. I will see you in April for our next beauty time, where we talk about making our money beautiful and pretty. Have a wonderful night.